Good evening.
Hey Gary, how's it going, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good, actually. I want to thank you first off. My name online is actually I See Dead People,
Oh, I love
and
that,
you really.
dude. I love that. That is
I've been
awesome.
using that one for years. They
I
actually call me Ice. Um, that name goes back quite a few years, actually. I'm a former cop, former Marine. I was in the Marine Corps for 8 years, and I'm the type of person I don't spook very easily.
hmm
So I think that name comes is pretty appropriate.
Yeah, I do too. And plus, I have name envy now. I look at it and said, "Oh man," and I love the way you spelled it too. The way you spelled it out.
It, that's how I put. That's why they call me Ice, because I don't pretty much run away from anything. I'm the type of person, if I hear something creak in another room, I'm gonna run after it.
So
But
yeah, you're the steadfast guy, the feet who
I
hold.
am. I'm a rock, and I'm not a sensitive. I don't have any. I can feel when a room gets colder, or I can feel when my
Right.
the hair goes on my arms, but I don't have those feelings. My job is to catch something on film or audio or thermal or video or
Yeah, you're
something.
very
That's
grounded.
what I do.
You're very
Yeah, I am.
grounded, is what I get from you. You're very solid in where you stand, and I will tell you this. I also think that even though that you're right, you're not a sensitive, and I don't think that you really even have much of an interest in the sensitive parts of what
Actually, no, I don't.
spirituality entails. But you do have a genuine interest in the field, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, the reason I got involved in this to begin with is my wife is sensitive. She's Red Menace, and she's always for years been able to tell me things either before they happened or pretty much I can't lie to her. In other words,
Oh, don't you hate that?
and she pretty much she already knows the answer even before she asks the question, so I don't even know why she asked me. But anyway, she started taking classes from a guy named Alan. It's a local guy here,
mhm.
and she's been taking classes for about 3 or 4 months now. Well, she was in the group probably for about 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, and I had no interest of getting into this whatsoever. I could never see myself as being a ghost hunter. Yeah, well, okay, whatever. And I got a phone call from my mom. She actually had a dream and said, "I don't know what you two are getting into or what Virginia's getting into,
Mhm.
but you need to protect her."
Oh
She said,
wow.
"You need to protect her."
Oh, that hit a chord with
So
you, didn't it?
that that made me start thinking about, maybe I need to be involved in this and find
Mhm.
out, a little bit more about it. And since I've done it, I've gone 100%, 100% with this. I love it. I get up in the morning, and before I brush my teeth, I'm on the computer looking and seeing who's posted what and
Right.
in the on the forum and things like that, and have my coffee, and I'm sitting at the computer, and I get the kids ready for school, and I'm back at the computer, and it's actually, the camaraderie that you have between, the different members here. Every
Yeah.
single person here brings different things to this group, and everybody has strong points. And the trick to this is using their strong points and bringing them out to benefit the entire group.
Right.
Some are
You're
really
right.
good on computers. Go ahead.
No, no, I would just agree with you. I'm just thinking that you're really. I like the way you evaluate and that you see things in because has anybody ever told you you're a realist?
Depends on what definition. I've been taught a lot of other things.
Yeah, well, so have I. I got some ex-wives who would call me some names, but hey, it's a family show. Yeah, no, what I meant is that what I get from you is when you walk in. Let's say you're out on an investigation, and when you're walking into something, I think that you genuinely felt the presence of an entity. And well, let me ask you: have you ever felt the presence? Did you ever know you were in the presence of a ghost? Put it that
um,
way.
no,
Never.
no. Well, I don't know. I've always been trained. Everything that I've done my entire life is
hmm
pretty much been. I've been trained in black and white.
Right. Right.
It's either this or this. And just since I've been in this group and seeing all the different, the members of this group and their abilities that they have,
hmm
I'm starting to see that there's a lot of colors in the middle, but I'm missing.
You know,
And
are you missing, or have you, just like you said, you've been trained, with
I think it's
black or white?
I think it's more than trained,
Mm-hmm.
and you've always tried to come up with an explanation that, well, you try to pass things off or try to give a logical explanation for what things are.
Right.
And that's what I've always done. Well, ever since I got in this group, I realized there's a lot of things that's not explainable,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I'm here, because I want to try to, I want to catch something on film or something on thermal or audio, and that would, to me, that would be my explanation.
Well, let me ask
Does
you,
that make sense?
have you gone out into, have you been in the field? I mean, have you been on investigations?
Yes.
How many have you gone on?
Uh,
Roughly, roughly.
Half a dozen.
Okay, and a half a dozen. Out of the half a dozen places, do you have anything that, in the form of evidence, whether it's audio, EVP, disembodied voice, photograph, something along those lines, where you were present, that you would say was made you think? Have
When
you
I
ever
was
captured
present,
anything? Yeah, when you were present.
we've captured things, but I've actually not witnessed it firsthand. It's always been catching it later. Oh,
Okay.
that was when I said this, or that's when we got this picture here. But I've never seen or felt or anything like that.
Can I
No.
ask you this? Were you ever in the room? Let's say when one of those pictures later, and I promise you I'm going somewhere with this, when one of those pictures that was later developed, and they said, oh, look what we captured here, and you say, okay, it's a possibility. Where were you at the time? Were you in another room? Were you in another place? Or were you in that room where the photograph was taken?
No, I've been both. I've been in the room. I've been in the cemetery. I've been in the, in wrangling and actually having a sound like somebody walked up, stood right next to me.
Oh, so
Um,
you've had a personal experience then with this disembodied sound.
yes,
Aha.
I guess I would. Yes.
So you have had a personal experience, because, and forgive me, because I was under the understanding that you had never had a personal experience, and I'm kind of sensing that initially when I began to speak with you, that you've been in the presence of what some people call a ghost, or do you reason that that experience outside of an entity or a ghost? Is there another reason in your mind? Because listen, it's your experience. What did you think happened to you?
First thing, for example, I was at Ringling and we were doing the last suite with Debbie and I,
Uh huh.
and we were in there and it sounded like somebody walked up next to me. The first thing that I thought of was, oh, it must have been me standing on a loose board.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The first thing I thought of was a logical explanation for this.
Right.
And when I looked over and I wasn't anywhere near where the noise came from, and three other people looked over and said, "Did you hear that?"
Uh-huh.
Ooh, I wasn't the only one. Okay, then but first thing that went through my head though was, yeah, there's a creak in an old board or something in the floor.
Right. Okay,
Yeah,
but
but
did you try to
as soon as I
recreate it?
heard that, I took a picture. Pardon me?
Okay, no, go on with your story.
So I'm saying as soon as I heard that, though, I took a picture of down the hallway and went at the door to give a reference of where I was at,
Right.
so they could reference it to the audio at the time.
Right. Did you get anything in the photograph? I'm just curious.
No,
Okay.
no, nothing in that photo.
Listen, that's actually good investigating, though, and that's really being aware of your environment to do that. Kudos to you. That's definitely the sign of a seasoned investigator. Okay, with the what I wanted to ask you is, when you reasoned, and I might do the same thing, to be quite honest with you. If I hear something and other people heard something and said, "Did you hear that?" Because that happens, with disembodied sound.
Right.
Did you try to recreate the noise? For instance, did you go over or walk anywhere on the floor? Did everyone walk in the...
Actually we did. We tried to recreate it and we wasn't able to.
Interesting.
Now the rooms were shut,
Mm-hmm.
and we weren't able to get inside the rooms. It sounded like it came from either right inside the door
Mm-hmm.
or walking in the hallway, and we were not able to recreate that.
Interesting.
So that made me think, maybe there is a little bit to this.
Yeah, so there's definitely a possibility that you were in the presence of a ghost, huh?
Correct.
All right, so you met me there. Right.
You got it. Well, I'm going to let you go. I know it's late.
Hey, it is good talk. I got to pick your
to,
brain sometime, by the way.
I'm going to pass you off to Ian, our founder.
All right.
Pleasure talking to you,
You
and
too.
hopefully talk to you soon.
Take care, my friend.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.